Good morning, everyone. In this video, I am going to present on the topic elements of communication system, frequency spectrum, and its application. This topic comes under the chapter Basics of Communication System of the subject Analog Communication System. After listening to this lesson, the various outcomes are as follows. You will be able to know and analyze about introduction to communication system in the earlier and present days, basic elements of communication system, and finally, we will learn about frequency spectrum and its applications. First, introduction to communication system. Communication is the process of conveying or exchanging information. An infant baby starts to communicate with others by expressing feelings either by crying or laughing. Mostly human communication is through spoken words, but considerable amount by non-verbal means. People write letters for communicating with each other. For example, postcards. And therefore, communication is the process of conveying information from one place to another place. Communication in the earlier and present days. How was information being sent for long distance in the olden days? If you observe the olden days scenario before going to modern communications, communication between people within the visible region is not a big problem, but communication with the people over long distance was a big problem in the olden days. People has a diverse number of methods for communicating their thoughts and needs to others. In the olden days, when human beings lived in small groups distributed over a relatively small geographical area, communication within the group took place through speech and graphical symbols. In the earlier days, communication was done by making sounds of drums, by using birds, and by sending persons on horses. Nowadays, we make use of long distance communication with clarity and more capacity is possible due to vast development in the field of electronics and communications. As these groups becomes large and civilized, spread over large geographical area, it was necessary to develop methods for long distance communications. Long distance communications in the present is very, very important communication because the world is becoming global village due to the communication with rapid rates. Early attempts at long distance communication includes a method such as smoke signals, light beams, carrier pigeons, and letters transported by a variety of means. With the beginning of industrial revolution, the need for fast and accurate method of long distance communication became more challenging. Communication systems employing electrical signals to convey information from one place to another, even a pair of words provided an early solution to the problem for fast and accurate by means of long distance communication. Communication started with wire telegraphy in the 1840s, developing with telephones some decades later and radio at the beginning of previous century. Radio communication made possible by the invention of the triode tube was greatly improved by the work done during World War II. It subsequently became even more widely used and refined through the invention and use of transistors, integrated circuits, and other semiconductor devices. More recently, the use of satellites and optical fiber communications has made communications even more widespread. Today, electronic communication system expand the entire world, carrying voice, text, picture, and a variety of other informations. Let us see some examples of the present day modern electronic communication system. So let us take telegraphy. It is the transmission of the telegraphic information from one place to other place. In the olden days, we have totally depended on telegraphic communication, where a written document is sent in the form of electrical means. Later, telephony was developed for the purpose of voice communication. Telephone is a bidirectional transmission, whereas telegraph is one directional. From one place to other place, the written information is sent and printed at the distant end, whereas telephony, it is a bidirectional communication. There the users can exchange their ideas in both the directions. Radio is a one-way communication where the radio stations trying to transmit the radio programs, and the viewers are able to view the radio programs through the radio equipment. Later television is used for viewing the picture as well as video signals, audio signals. So television provides one directional signal where transmission is done by the transmitting TV stations, and many multiple users can able to receive the television signals. Satellite, it is the recent development for long distance communication where we can transmit the signal via satellite. That means Earth station transmitter sending the signals towards satellite in the form of uplink. The satellite receives the signal, amplifies the signal, down convert it, and then retransmit it toward the desired direction. So it is exclusively used for intercontinental global communication. Internet, this is the most important rapid development where different computers are able to communicate with each other. Computers are forming the network, local area network, wide area network, metropolitan area network, and the people can exchange the information through their computers with the help of internet. Then mobile means it is a mobility for the users where the users can able to communicate with the base station without any wire. The users can carry their mobile equipment and can make phone calls and can access the information through mobile device. So radar stands for radio detection and ranging. It is used for gathering the information about the distant object. For example, target, aircraft is the target. If you want to know the position of the aircraft, velocity of the aircraft, and range of the aircraft, height, azimuth angle, elevation angle, we make use of the radar communication system where the radar transmitter transmit the electromagnetic wave toward the target. The target reflect the EM wave, and we receive the echo signal in the radar receiver. We process the signal and get the information related to the object target. These are the various examples, some of the examples of the communication systems which we are using nowadays. Telegraphy, this was used extensively for in the olden days, for wide use in the olden days. Now this facility is withdrawn with the advancement of a mobile communication system where we have SMS facility, email facility, data communication services. Telephone, it was initially for wide system where landline telephone is connected to the telephone exchange and the users can able to communicate with each other through the telephone exchange by means of wires. Then radio, it is for only receiving the radio programs transmitted by radio stations. We have amplitude modulated radio stations, frequency modulated radio stations, FM radio stations, AM radio stations operate from 530 kilohertz to 1640 kilohertz. We can able to receive the programs transmitted by the radio stations with the help of the radio. We have FM radio. Nowadays, we can receive the FM radio channels through radio or through the mobile. We can tune mobile for radio, FM radio broadcasting, which is from 88 to 108 megahertz. Then television, it is for long distance viewing. The television programs that were transmitted through TV stations, we receive it through through cable operator system or through the DTS system, so we can view the programs. Then satellite is used for long distance communication. Cell phones, we make use of cellular mobile communication systems to provide communication for the users with mobility. Mobility is provided to the users, and we can carry out of mobile equipment, and we can communicate with each other through the mobile equipment. Internet and data communications, we can make use of computers for exchange of information, for which we require network of networks. So internet communication is possible with the advanced communication systems. So these are the various applications of the communication systems. And we have analog and digital communications. Analog communication means the transmission of the signal. The data can be analog data or digital data. The transmission of the signal can be done through analog communication system. Whereas in digital communication system, the transmission of the analog or digital data can be transmitted through a digital communication system. Therefore, there are two types of communication systems. Initially, we have analog communication system, which process the analog signal, digital communication system, which process the digital signal through it. We will discuss in detail in our future video lessons. Let us define what is analog signal. Analog is a continuous time signal. It is defined as the time domain signal, which is a function of time. Observe this waveform, it is a continuous function of time. The amplitude of the signal is varying with respect to time. As t varies, the amplitude of the signal varies. And if we take a sine wave, it is a periodic signal. It is repeating for every time period. And this particular signal is a low frequency signal that cannot be transmitted over long distances. And therefore, we need to process this continuous time signal. The processing is done using the modulators. We have amplitude modulator, where amplitude of the signal is varied with respect to time. So what is analog signal? It is a continuous time signal where the amplitude of the signal is depending upon time domain independent quantity. Digital signal, it is a discrete in nature. It is represented by means of ones and zeros. It is represented by pulse. So when a message is transmitted in the form of analog signal, we call it as analog communication system. When the message is transmitted in the form of pulses, we call it as a digital communication system. There are various modes of digital and analog communication system. Observe this block diagram. The first one is the basic block diagram of a communication system, where we have the message, input, human voice, data, text, etc. is applied to input transducer. The function of the transducer is to convert this sound pressure variation. We are speaking through microphone. The transducer is nothing but a microphone in case of voice communication system. So we are speaking through microphone. The microphone is converting sound pressure variation into electrical signal. Or input transducer can be a video camera if the system is a video communication system. The video data is captured by using video camera, and video camera is converting that scenery into electrical signal. Therefore, input transducer is required to convert the given quantity of information into an electrical signal. So we need to convert the given quantity of information, that means voice, sound pressure variation, to be converted into electrical signal by means of a microphone. We make use of microphone. Similarly, the scenery, black and white color information is converted into electrical signal by using video camera, which is the transducer, and this electrical signal is applied to the transmitter. Transmitter is the main important block of any communication system. It is the main part of the communication system at the sending end. In the transmitter, we process the electrical signal. We have modulator. We have power amplifiers in the transmitter. We will discuss in detail. Then this modulated electrical signal is applied to a channel, transmission channel. It is nothing but the open space or the cable. We transmit the signal through the cable or through free space if it is a wireless communication, and that particular signal is received by the receiver. Through cable we receive the signal, or through antenna we receive the signal for wireless communication. The function of the receiver is to receive the signal, amplify the received signal, then demodulate the signal. Demodulation means the process of extracting the original message signal from the received modulated signal. We will discuss in detail what is modulation in the transmitter and what is a demodulation in the receiver. Modulation and demodulations are main important process in the transmitter and receiver, so that we can transmit the low frequency signals or message signals for long distance communication. After getting back the original message in the electrical form at the output of the receiver, it is applied to the output transducer. The output transducer is converting the given quantity of electrical signal, that is the recovered quantity of electrical signal, into a form suitable for us to hear or for us to view. For example, if it is voice communication, this electrical signal is applied to loudspeaker, where loudspeaker is converting electrical signal into voice, and we can able to reason. So let me take a voice signal. Voice, we are speaking through microphone. Transducer is a microphone here. That microphone converting voice into electrical signal. Then electrical signal is applied to the transmitter. The main important blocks of the transmitter are modulator, power amplifier. The modulator places the message signal onto a high frequency carrier for the purpose of transmission to long distance. The message is a low frequency signal which cannot be transmitted to long distances, and therefore we do the process called modulation. So modulation means the placing the message onto a carrier, and then that is amplified. The amplified modulated signal is applied to a transmission channel. Channel is nothing but the separation or the space between transmitter and receiver. The channel can be either wide channel or wireless channel. If it is a wide channel, we make use of a wire here, wire copper cable, or we can use of optical fiber cable, or we can make use of coaxial cable, depending upon the distance between transmitter and receiver. If it is wireless communication, we can make use of antennas, microwave wireless communication, or satellite communication, or space wave communication. We have different modes of transmission for wireless channels. This modulated electrical voice signal is picked up by the receiving antenna or through the cable. Then amplification is done in the receiver. Then after amplification, we do the demodulation in the receiver. The received signal is recovered. After demodulation, the message signal is separated from the received modulated signal, and we recover the original message signal in the receiver. That original message signal is amplified in amplitude level as well as in power level, and then this electrical signal is applied to a loudspeaker. Loudspeaker converts electrical signal into sound. Similarly, for video, we have video camera here. Electrical signal transmission is done like this, and the video signal is recovered. The output transducer is a monitor or a TV screen where scanning mechanism, etc., can be done. Some more extra circuitry is required for television transmission. Let us take this camera. Camera is capturing the scenery. Then it is applied to a TV station. At the station, through uplink, it is directed towards satellite. Satellite receives the signal, process the received signal, and then retransmit the signal toward the desired direction. And we receive the signal by using antenna and set-top box here, and then it is applied to TV monitor. For long distance communication, we make use of microwave link, which is nothing but a satellite microwave link. If we use only cable, for example, if we use only copper cable, we can transmit only up to 10 kilometers distance. Coaxial cable, 50 kilometers distance, that too with a number of repeaters. Similarly, if we make use of fiber optic cable, we can transmit it to some more distances with less number of repeaters. But for global and international communication, we make use of satellite. So we can cover most of the geographical area by means of satellite communication. This is another mode of transmitting the messages from one end to other end. The first one is the basic block diagram of a communication system where we have input transducer, transmitter, then transmission medium, communication medium array channel, then we have receiver, then finally the output transducer. This is another one, phonogram. You're speaking through microphone or typing something, then after amplification it is recorded, and we carry the recorded information, and the recorded information is played at the distant end. After amplification it is reproduced through the speaker. Microphone, through microphone amplifier we record the signal, and then instead of transmitting we can carry this recorded signal and then play that recorded information at the distant end and get back. Yet this is not the real-time transmission of the information, whereas these two basic block diagrams are the real-time transmission of the communication information. The other examples of electronic communication system are, let us take a digital signal. What is a digital signal? Suppose if you are making use of a computer, when you type that information on a computer, it is a digital signal. The ASCII code of each and every numeral, each and every alphabet is transmitted. If the channel is analog, if the system is analog system, the digital signal cannot be transmitted through analog system, and therefore we require a modem. And modem stands for modulator and demodulator. So we require the modem. If we transmit a digital information through analog communication system, we require a block called modem. The function of the modem at the sending end is to convert this digital signal demodulator function of the modem, where analog signal is converted into digital signal suitable for display over the display device called computer. The another type of electronic communication system is where we have analog phone, then we require IP gateway, internet protocol gateway, then dialed digits, computer digits, etc. are applied through WAN, LAN. It is a digital signal. In order to get a digital signal, we require a gateway. Through gateway, we can able to communicate the analog information where this analog signal is converted into digital signal. Digital signal is processed through digital communication. Digital signal is received, converted into analog signal, and then we can exchange the analog information. We can exchange the digital information by means of analog communication system. We can exchange the analog information by means of digital communication system. Here we require a modem, here we require IP gateway. Different equipments are required. These are the basic elements of electronic communication system. The various blocks in the electronic communication system are: first one is the transmitter, second one is the receiver, third one is a communication channel, and this portion of the system is a transmitter portion. Between transmitter and this portion is a receiver. Between transmitter and receiver, there is a communication channel. Now we will discuss in detail about each and every block of this electronic communication system. Basic elements of communication system are transmitter, this portion, communication channel, that is the space between transmitter and receiver. It is also called as medium, and a receiving system is shown here. In most systems, a human generates a message that we call it as information or intelligence signal. The signal is given as input to the transmitter, which then transmit the message over the communication channel. The message is picked up by the receiver and is relayed to another human. Along the way, noise is added to the message signal in the communication channel. Between transmitter and receiver, there is a communication channel. Most of the noise is added in the channel. That degrades the transmitted information. Let us see the various blocks in it. Transmitter, consisting of modulator and amplifier. The transmitter, comprising electrical and electronic components, convert the message signal into a suitable form for propagation over the communication medium. This is often achieved by modulating the carrier signal. Therefore, modulator is required. This is a low frequency signal, cannot be transmitted to long distance. So we do the modulation by means of another carrier. A high frequency carrier is used to carry the low frequency message signal. The process we call it as modulator, which may be an electromagnetic wave. This is often referred to as a modulated signal. After amplification, this modulated signal is applied to transmitting antenna. Antenna converts the modulated signal into electromagnetic waves. These electromagnetic waves are passing through the communication channel. What is a communication channel? The transmitter block diagram, which includes the antenna also, antenna converting modulated electrical signal into electromagnetic waves. Now the purpose of the communication channel is the medium by which the electronic signal in the form of electromagnetic waves is transmitted from one place to another. There are basically two types of communication media, namely line communication and radio communication. In line communication, telephony, telegraphy, this simplest form of line communication may simply be a pair of wires that carry the signal from one end to another. Coaxial cables are preferred over a pair of wires as they provide greater bandwidth, lower losses, and higher operating frequencies. In the present days, the communication medium for telephone is optical fiber cable carrying the message on a light wave. Communication system with optical fiber cables are immune to crosstalk and electromagnetic interference, unlike coaxial cables. Therefore, present-day communication systems makes use of optical fiber cables for a variety of advantages. The second type of channel is the radio communication channel. Radio communication is a wireless communication requiring no physical voice between transmitter and receiver to carry the signal. The signal is sent through free space or air. The receiver block diagram you will see now. The receiver is a collection of electronic components and circuits that accept the transmitted message from the channel and convert it back into a form understandable by human. It may be simple earphone or a complex electronic receiver. Noise is an unwanted form of energy tending to be interfere with the proper reception and reproduction of transmitted signals. The most of the noise is added in the channel. It can be either man-made noise or natural noise. Natural noise includes noise produced in the nature. Man-made noise is noise produced by electrical ignition system of cars, electric motors, fluorescent lights, etc. So most of the noise is added in the channel. The receiving antenna picks the modulated signal along with the noise. Then we do the noise removal here. Some of the noise will be removed by proper tuning of the received modulated signal. Then the received modulated signal is amplified by means of a RF amplifier in the receiver. After amplification, it is applied to demodulator. The function of the demodulator is just reverse to that of modulator. Modulator places the message onto a carrier and that signal is transmitted. Here, demodulator separate the message from the carrier. Then the message signal is recovered here. So the process of recovering the original message from the received modulated signal is called demodulation. So we make use of demodulator to recover back the message, and it is applied to audio amplifier to amplify the signal, and sometimes it is applied to power amplifier to increase the power level, and finally it is applied to loudspeaker to convert back the electrical signal into sound signal. And therefore the message voice signal is transmitted by electronic means through analog communication system, and the voice signal is recovered back at the distant end. So this is the basic block diagram of a communication system. The main blocks are transmitter, communication channel, receiver. Transmitter consists of microphone, audio amplifier, oscillator. Oscillator is used to generate the carrier for the purpose of modulation. Modulator is used to place the message onto a carrier. The main points are microphone is used to convert sound into electrical signal. Audio amplifier is used to amplify low frequency sound signals. Oscillator is used to generate high frequency carrier in order to transmit low frequency carrier by the process called modulation. Modulation, audio signals are superimposed or combined with the carrier in order to transmit it to longer distances. The receiver consists of a demodulator. The other name for demodulator is the detector. The received signal is a modulated noisy signal. From modulated noisy signal, we get back the original message signal and apply to a loudspeaker. The demodulator separates message signal from the carrier. Loudspeaker is used to convert message signal into sound or audio signal. Then communication channel is nothing but a medium. Medium can be wire medium or wireless medium. This channel is used for transmission of information from source to the destination. We already studied that there are wide channels such as transmission is done through cable, copper cable, coaxial cable, optical fiber cable. Wireless channel, the transmission is done through the line of sight communication, microwave communication, satellite communication. Base stations are involved, earth stations are involved in wireless communication systems. Let us summarize what is an electronic communication. Electronic communication is the transmission, reception, and processing of information using electronic circuits. And we have studied different modes of communication in olden days as well as present days. By knowing the working of basic electronic communication system, we can able to understand that electronics circuitry background is necessary to understand the present electronic communication system. Let us answer some of the questions. What is a communication? Electronic communication is transmission, reception, and processing of information using electronic circuits. Who invented telegraphy and telephony? Telegraphy invented by Morse, telephony invented by Graham Bell. What is the frequency range of audio signal? Audio signal extends from 20 Hz to 20 kHz. In that we have the voice signal. The voice signal extends from 300 Hz to 3.4 kHz. Audio signals are the signals which we are able to listen. We can able to listen the frequencies from 20 Hz to 20 kHz. Our voice also included in the audio signal, that we call it as voice frequency. Voice frequency range is from 300 Hz to 3.4 kHz. The function of the microphone is to convert sound signals into electrical signal. Electrical signals are converted into sound signals by using loudspeaker. You can answer this particular question. Explain basic components of electronic communication system with a block diagram. That means you need to draw the block diagram of electronic communication system consisting of transmitter, receiver, communication channel. In transmitter, we have modulator, amplifiers. In receiver, we have amplifiers, demodulators. We need to explain in detail about each and every question. So find the elements of a communication system in the following modern communication system. This is a modern communication system. What are the basic elements present in this? We have sending end earth station, that is nothing but transmitting earth station. The satellite, which is lifted at a height of 22,000 miles or 36,000 kilometers. Then we have the receiving earth station. The main elements in a satellite communication system are transmitting earth station, satellite, receiving earth station, and we also require antennas for transmission as well as reception purposes. Now let us discuss about frequency spectrum and the uses of different frequencies in the communication systems. So, and to understand the frequency spectrum, we need the concept called electromagnetic waves. Electromagnetic waves are oscillations that propagate through the free space. EM waves travel with velocity of light. The velocity of light is 3 into 10 power 8 meters per second. These waves consist of both electrical and magnetic fields. The direction of electric field, the magnetic field, and propagation are mutually perpendicular in electromagnetic waves. So if we say electromagnetic wave, it consists of magnetic field. It also consists of electric field. Perpendicular to both magnetic and electric field, there is a direction of propagation of electromagnetic wave. And therefore electric field is perpendicular to magnetic field, and direction of propagation is further perpendicular to both electric and magnetic field. And let us see what is a frequency spectrum. What is frequency first? The rate at which electromagnetic wave reverts its polarity, oscillates. The unit is cycles per second. The number of cycles per second or hertz is called frequency. What is wavelength? The distance between wave fronts in space. Therefore, lambda equal to c by f. Lambda is the wavelength. C is the velocity of light. F is the frequency in hertz, and therefore lambda equal to c by f. As frequency is more, the lambda is small. What is a frequency band? Range of frequencies are called frequency band. Bandwidth is nothing but it is the range of frequencies, the value between lower end and upper end. The difference between upper and lower is called bandwidth. Size or width in hertz of a frequency band. What is an electromagnetic spectrum? It is the full extent of all frequencies from 0 to infinity. All frequencies consist of electromagnetic spectrum. Radio frequency, it is a part of electromagnetic spectrum. For communication applications, we make use of radio frequencies. It is ranging from 300 megahertz to 3300 gigahertz. Efficient generation of signal power in these frequencies radiates into free space. That is why radio frequencies are most suitable for transmission from one place to other place. Its efficient reception is possible at the different point. The frequency spectrum is divided into number of frequency bands here. The first one is extremely low frequency ELF. The frequency range is from 30 to 300 hertz. Its wavelength is 10 power 7 to 10 power 6 meters. The application areas of extremely low frequencies are power lines. Voice frequency varying from 300 to 3000 hertz. Applications are human speech. Very low frequency VLF. The frequency range is from 3 to 30 kilohertz. It is used for military communication. Low frequency stands for LF. It varies from 30 to 300 kilohertz. It is used for aeronautical and marine navigation. Medium frequency, also known as MF frequency. The frequency range is from 300 kilohertz to 3000 kilohertz. It is used for AM radio broadcasting. High frequency, which is known as HF frequency. The frequency range is from 3 to 30 megahertz, and the application areas are telephony and telegraphy. Very high frequency, its frequency range is from 30 to 300 megahertz. The applications are TV broadcasting, FM radio broadcasting. Ultra high frequencies UHF. The frequency range is from 300 to 3000 megahertz. The most widely used applications in this band are television and satellite communication. Super high frequencies SHF. The frequency range is from 3 to 30 gigahertz. They are used for radar and microwave links. Extremely high frequencies, the frequency range occupies from 30 to 300 gigahertz, most suitably used for radar and military applications. This is the frequency spectrum. In other way it is shown: very low frequency band, low frequency band, medium frequency band, HF band, VHF, UHF, SHF, EHF, then infrared. After that we have visible light. Diagram showing the use of different frequencies. Observe power and voice 0 to 3 kilohertz. For radio communication applications such as radio, microwave, satellite, we make use of frequencies up to 300 gigahertz. After that we have infrared light. After that we have visible light. Visible light varying from 430 to 750 terahertz. In this we have optical communication. Beyond that we have ultraviolet light. Beyond that X-ray, gamma ray and cosmic ray communication. The visible portion of the light is 430 to 750 terahertz. Just above the infrared region, We have visible spectrum, was originally referred to as light. Light is a special type of electromagnetic radiation that has wavelength in zero point 0.4 to zero point 0.8 micrometers range. Light wavelengths are usually expressed in terms of angstroms, and therefore we have light is widely used for various kinds of communications. Light waves can be modulated and transmitted through glass fiber, just as electrical signals can be transmitted over voice. Fiber optics is one of the fastest growing specializations in the communication electronics. The greater advantage of light wave signals is that there is very high frequencies, gives them the ability to handle large amount of information. That is, the bandwidth of the baseband signal may very high. Therefore, light signals can be transmitted in variety of means for the purpose of providing various communication applications through the optical fiber cable. These are particularly used for radio wireless communication. Visible light frequencies are used for fiber optic communication systems. Another way of showing the diagram, very low frequencies, we can transmit through surface wave propagation. Then medium frequencies, we can transmit through troposphere. Troposphere is at a height of 15 kilometers from the ground. And high frequencies are used for ionospheric propagation. Very high ultra high frequencies are used for line of sight communication. Line of sight means from one microwave tower to another microwave tower, point to point communication. Surface wave means the signals are sent from one place to other place through surface of the ground. It is signals are transmitted toward troposphere. Troposphere reflect the signal and we receive the signal, and then we record back the signal. Ionosphere reflect the signals and then we recover the received signal. Line of sight is from one antenna to another antenna, and space. Super high and extremely high frequencies are through the space wave communication. You can make use of satellite for transmission to long distance communication. This is the radio communication frequency band. There are various propagation types. Surface wave. Through surface, we can transmit the signal. Troposphere at a height of 15 kilometers, there is a troposphere. The signal will be directed toward troposphere and will be returned back at the distance. Similarly, ionosphere